Okay, imagine you could just, like, press a button and instantly get the lowdown on a really fascinating Indian city.
Right.
That's kind of what we're aiming for today. We're diving into Nashik. It's a place that's, well, it's juggling this really compelling double life.
Exactly. You've got this city known far and wide as the wine capital of India. Big title.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it holds just immense significance as, one of the most sacred holy cities in the whole subcontinent. It's a remarkable contrast.
It really is. And we want to unpack that. So to really get to grips with this duality, we've pulled together quite a bit of information. Think of it as your express lane to being pretty clued up on Nashik. Our mission today, pretty simple. Pull out the most important, the most genuinely interesting bits about its history, its culture, and, what it's like today. All for you.
Sounds good. Where do we start? The beginning.
Let's do it. Let's journey right back.
Okay. So Nashik's story, it stretches way, way back, ancient times, and it's deeply rooted in Indian mythology, the Ramayana, that epic poem.
The foundational one, yeah.
It talks about this area. It was part of the Danakronya forest, a place where Lord Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana actually spent a big chunk of their exile.
Right, and this is where it gets super interesting for the name itself, isn't it? The name Nashik.
Exactly. It comes directly from that epic. It's from the Sanskrit word nashika, means nose.
Okay.
The legend goes that Lakshmana, Rama's brother, he famously cut off the nose of Shurpanakha. She was the sister of Ravana, the demon king.
Right here.
In this area.
Right here, according to the story. So, yeah, the city's name, its identity, is literally carved out of one of India's biggest tales.
Wow. That's quite a connection.
And, the story doesn't stop there. Through the centuries, Nashik's been shaped by just this fascinating parade of empires.
Yeah. Like who?
Well, you've got the Mauryas, the Satavahanas, the Chalukyas, then the Mughals, and eventually the Marathas. Each one left its stamp.
So different layers of history just building up. Precisely. Think about the Satavahanas, for example. They were early supporters of Buddhism. You can see hints of that in some of the cave architecture around there.
So it wasn't just conquest, it was contribution, too.
Yeah.
Adding to the mix.
Exactly right. This long, varied history has created this real melting pot. You see it in the architecture, the cultural practices, the traditions. It all enriches Nashik even today.
You might see a temple that has elements from different eras, different influences.
You definitely can. Sometimes subtle hints, maybe Hindu and later Islamic styles mingling a bit. It's a quiet reminder of all those interactions over time.
Okay, so we're tracing this long history, but Nashik also stands out for something else, a major spiritual event that happens cyclically.
Ah, yes, the Kumbh Mela. Nashik has this very distinguished role as one of only 4 cities in India that host it.
The Kumbh Mela, right. This massive Hindu pilgrimage.
Immense. And it happens in each city on a rotating 12-year cycle. So when it's Nashik's turn, you get millions, literally millions of devotees gathering on the banks of the Godavari River.
12 years is a long time between events in one place. What draws such enormous crowds? What's the core belief there?
The belief is profound. It's that taking a holy dip, bathing in the Godavari during that specific auspicious time of the Kumbh Mela, it cleanses you of your sins.
A spiritual cleansing.
Yes. And the scale, it's just awe-inspiring to witness. Truly one of the largest religious gatherings anywhere on Earth.
Okay, so deep mythological roots, this huge spiritual gathering. Let's dig a bit more into that spiritual core of Nashik.
Well, you can't talk about spiritual Nashik without talking about the Godavari River. It's absolutely the lifeblood.
It's often called the Ganges of the South, right?
That's right. Hugely sacred. And along its banks, as it flows through Nashik, you find so many key religious spots that have developed over centuries.
Like Ramkund. I've heard that name. Sounds particularly important.
Oh, absolutely. Ramkund is a very, very revered bathing ghat. The belief is strong that Lord Rama himself bathed right there during his exile.
So direct connection back to the Ramayana again.
Yes. It's a place just steeped in devotion. And quite powerfully, the ashes of some major figures from modern Indian history, including Mahatma Gandhi, were immersed in those waters.
Wow. That really connects the ancient spiritual story with, the nation's more recent history.
It does. And then, of course, beyond the riverbanks, you have the temples.
Tell us about some key ones.
Nashik has some truly incredible temples. The Kalaram Temple, for instance. It's dedicated to Lord Rama.
Kalaram.
Yeah, and what's striking is it's built entirely from black stone. It gives it this really unique, powerful feeling. And it's got a lot of history tied up with it, too.
Black stone. That must look amazing.
It does. Then you have others like the Sundarnarayan Temple, the Narshankar Temple, both just beautiful examples of older Indian architecture, real artistry.
And didn't you mention one slightly outside the city as well? A major one?
Yes, about 30 kilometers away, there's the Trimbakeshwar Temple. Now, this is hugely significant. It's one of the 12 Jyotirlingas.
Jyotirlingas. These are very sacred Shiva shrines.
Extremely sacred, believed to be places where Lord Shiva appeared as this pillar of light. So Trimbakeshwar is a massive pilgrimage destination in its own right. People come from everywhere.
So Nashik really acts as a hub for spiritual journeys. But it's not just about religion and temples, is it? The surroundings sound quite beautiful, too.
Oh, definitely. Once you move beyond the city center, the landscape around Nashik is genuinely captivating. Lots of natural beauty.
Like those caves, the Pandavleni caves. They sound interesting.
They are. Pandavleni caves. It's this network of ancient Buddhist caves. They date back about 2,000 years.
Wow, 2,000 years.
Yeah, carved right into a hillside. They give you this amazing window into the region's early Buddhist past. Plus, the climb up gives you some nice views. Good for history buffs, good for a bit of a trek.
History and a walk, good combo.
Yeah.
What else is out there?
Well, there are the Saptashrungi Hills. They're considered the home of the goddess Saptashrungi. So again, spiritual significance, but also just stunning panoramic views of the whole area.
Spectacle views.
Yeah. And then there are the Anjneri Hills. These are believed to be the birthplace of Lord Hanuman.
Hanuman from the Ramayana.
The very same. Another link back to those epics, and it's another popular spot for trekking, too.
Okay, right. So we've gone from ancient myths, holy sites, stunning nature, now for what feels like a big pivot. Nashik, the wine capital of India. How on earth did that happen?
Well, it turns out the climate and the soil there, it's quite fertile. Volcanic soil is exceptionally good for growing wine grapes.
Really? Just the right conditions?
Just right. It's fostered this really thriving wine industry, viticulture. And it's interesting, isn't it? This land with such deep spiritual roots also supports this very, shall we say, earthly pleasure.
Huh. Yeah, the sacred and the secular side by side. And it's not a niche thing, is it? I heard Nashik produces a huge chunk of India's wine.
That's absolutely correct. Almost 90%. Nearly 9 out of every 10 bottles of Indian wine comes from the Nashik region.
90%. Wow. So visiting the vineyards must be quite the experience.
It really is. It gives you this unique look at modern Indian agriculture, modern Indian business, really.
So tell me about some of the vineyards. Sula is the big name you always hear.
Sula Vineyards is definitely the most famous, yeah. And it's a huge tourist draw. They do great tours, showing the winemaking process, lots of tasting sessions. They even have resorts on site.
You can stay right there?
You can. Immerse yourself in the whole vineyard vibe. But look, it's not just Sula. There are other really notable ones, too. York Winery, Grover Zampa, Soma Vineyards. They all have their own character, their own wines.
So lots of choice for wine lovers. It sounds like a completely different world from the temples and the ghats.
It is. And there's even a festival that celebrates this whole modern wine culture, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Sula Fest. It's an annual music and wine festival held right there at Sula Vineyards.
Music and wine. Sounds like fun.
It's a really vibrant event, draws big crowds from all over, lots of different music acts, and of course, plenty of chances to try the local wines in this beautiful vineyard setting. It's a cool mix of modern fun and local produce.
So Nashik's festival scene really covers the whole spectrum then, from the ancient Kumbh Mela to a modern music fest.
Absolutely. Beyond those two big ones, Nashik is buzzing with festivals all year round. They really show off its rich cultural fabric.
What are some of the other main celebrations people might experience?
Well, Ram Navami is a big one, especially at the Kalaram Temple. Big processions, lots of devotion, celebrating Lord Rama's birth.
Back to Rama again?
Yep. Then, completely different vibe. You've got the grape harvest festivals at the vineyards. Very lively, fun. You can do grape stomping, wine tasting, enjoy local food.
Grape stomping. Yeah.
And of course, like most of India, Nashik celebrates the big ones like Diwali, Holi, Ganesh Chaturthi with real enthusiasm, each with its own local Nashik twist.
Sounds like there's always something happening. Now, you mentioned food there. Let's talk food. What's the culinary scene like in Nashik?
the food. It's this great blend. You get authentic Maharashtrian dishes, traditional stuff, but also some fantastic, really popular street food.
Okay, give us the must-tries. If you're there, what do you absolutely have to eat?
Right. Well, first off, misal pav. You have to try Nashik's version. It's this spicy curry, usually made with sprouted lentils, served with bread rolls, pav.
Spicy.
Oh, yeah. Nashik's misal is known across Maharashtra for its kick, its unique mix of spices and textures. It's famous.
Okay, misal pav.
Yeah.
Got it. What else? Street food.
Definitely. Look out for sabudana vada. Those are fried patties made from sago pearls. Delicious. Then there's vada pav, the classic Mumbai snack, but good in Nashik too. Spiced potato fritter in a bun. And kanda haji, basically, onion fritters. Perfect snack.
Mouth is watering already. Any sweets?
Oh, yes. You should try puan poli. That's a sweet flatbread stuffed with a mix of lentils and jaggery, very traditional. Or shrikhand, a creamy, sweet strained yogurt, often flavored with cardamom or saffron.
Shrikhand. Lovely. This all sounds incredible. And you could potentially pair local wines with this food.
Yes. That's what I'd recommend for the full Nashik experience. Pair some of the local wines with the regional food, maybe a crisp white wine with that spicy misal pav. It often works beautifully.
A real taste of the region then, food and wine together.
Exactly. It really highlights both the agriculture and the culinary traditions there.
So we've traced Nashik from ancient myths to modern wine, from deep spirituality to lively festivals and delicious food. It's a city of, fascinating contrast. Has that shaped its modern growth too?
I think it has, yeah. Nashik isn't just resting on its history or its vineyards. It's actually growing quite significantly as an industrial center and an IT hub, too.
Oh, really? What kind of industries?
Well, some big names have major operations there. Mahindra and Mahindra, Bosch, HAL Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So there's serious manufacturing happening.
So it's got this historical weight, but also modern economic muscle.
Precisely. It makes for a really dynamic city. And it's also becoming quite an important place for education. You've got Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University there, KTHM College attracting students.
Good institutions.
Yeah.
And connectivity. Getting there and around.
That's improved a lot recently. There's a new expressway, the Samruddhi Mahamarg, that's made travel and transport much easier, connecting Nashik better to other major centers, which, helps both industry and tourism.
Yeah, better roads always make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so for someone listening who's now thinking, Nashik sounds interesting, what about practical stuff? Like weather, best time to visit?
Right. Well, the weather in Nashik is generally pretty pleasant. Summers can get quite warm, definitely. But the monsoon season, while wet, makes everything incredibly lush and green.
Which could be nice for the vineyards or trekking, maybe.
Exactly. But for general sightseeing, probably the best time is winter, say October to March. The weather then is usually cool and really comfortable for exploring.
October to March. Okay. And any good side trips? Places nearby worth checking out if you have extra time?
Yeah, there are a few good options. Shirdi is quite close, about 90 kilometers. That's the famous pilgrimage site for Sai Baba devotees.
Right, Shirdi. Right.
Very. Then there's Bandardara. That's a hill station, really picturesque, lovely lakes, waterfalls, good for a nature escape.
Nice.
And also Igatpuri. It's known for being quite serene, lots of meditation centers there, and again, beautiful scenery.
So plenty to explore in the vicinity, too. Okay, so wrapping this all up, it really sounds like Nashik is this genuinely multifaceted place, something for almost everyone.
I'd say so, absolutely. It's this compelling mix, isn't it? Ancient legends, deep spirituality, side by side with stunning nature, and this buzzing modern identity as India's wine capital. So whether you're drawn to the spiritual side, the history, the wine, the food, the festivals, Nashik really does offer a remarkably rich tapestry of experiences.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? How many places out there have these incredible dualities, where ancient history and tradition are, living and breathing right alongside the pulse of modern life? What other stories are hiding in plain sight at those kinds of intersections?